Science and social studies.
The blue house not make that no hair of things. And the minute she got into the house and sat down, right square in the doorway. Now it was difficult for his wife to get in or out of the door to do their chores.
Okay, 79. Avaya, 79. All right, so let's look at your science from this week. 112, winter, a time to rest. A time to rest. Winter. Okay, so winter is a time to rest. Okay, so we know that Avaya 79. Okay, so we know that winter is a time of resting. It's the coldest season of the year. The days are short and the nights are long in the winter. Here, because I don't want you turning, looking at her. The days are short and the nights are long, meaning we have less sunlight in the winter time. So the winter time is known as a time of rest because that is when everything rests. Animals will rest. You really don't see, flowers kind of die during this time. So it's a season of resting. So what the seeds do is they'll fall off the trees during the fall and they'll lay on the ground and they'll rest under the snow in the ground until the spring rolls around. Okay, some of the plants, they will hide inside buds inside of the tree. That's where they'll be, and they'll rest there until springtime comes when it'll blossom again. There is one tree that stays green throughout the whole entire year, including winter, which is an evergreen tree. That's why it's called an evergreen tree, because it's forever green, evergreen tree, forever green. And so evergreen trees, they are green year round, even during the winter. Okay, so winter is a time of resting because that's when plants they die and the seeds will rest in the ground. Nothing's growing in that time. It's just a season of rest. And so on 114, we discussed how some animals will how some animals will rest in the winter as well. So some animals will hibernate in the winter time. They'll hibernate all winter long. They'll sleep in burrows and dens and nests under leaves and snow. Snakes, turtles, frogs, woodchucks, chipmunks, bats, bumblebees. These are all examples of animals that will rest in the winter time. They go into hibernation. That's why during the winter you really don't see them around because they're hibernating. Some animals take long naps, like bears will just take a long nap, and they'll also have their babies during that time as well. So it's cold. So a lot of these animals aren't moving around. And then fish will live quietly underneath the ocean. Under the water, they'll just live quietly because most of the lakes freeze during the winter. Okay, so that's the winter time, a time of rest. This is what goes on during the winter time. It's a cold season, a lot of resting, relaxing during that time. Trees, plants alike are resting. Days are short, nights are long. All right, let's go to your social studies. Let's move on to our two countries we're visiting this week. France and Switzerland. I didn't say of the winner.
No, of this.
Yeah, I know. I didn't say of the winner, but I didn't even start talking about it. Yeah.
Well, I didn't hear because I was like, no.
That wasn't what that was for.
Yes, I did. No, I was talking about and
Okay, one.
the farmer told Grandpa, right? In that case, he has told you you can turn the hen loose. Now the little old house was just the right size for the farmer and his wife.
All right.
I wouldn't want a larger
Here's
house
Europe.
now.
That's where we can you go down a little bit.
Declared
Europe,
the
that's where we traveled to this week in social studies. So Europe, we went to London, England, and then France, and then I told you Switzerland was right next door to France. So let's talk about France. Okay.
and the way
All right, so let's talk about France. So if we travel from England all the way to France, we can travel through the Channel, which is the tunnel, and we will arrive in probably one of the most popular cities in France, which is Paris. Most people, when they think of France, they think of Paris because Paris is one of their most popular cities. A very important landmark you can visit in Paris is the Eiffel Tower. You can go to the Eiffel Tower. It's over 1,000 feet tall. You can actually travel, you can either climb the stairs or you can use an elevator to go up to see the Eiffel Tower as well. And so the people from France are called the French people, and they also speak French as well. So not only they call it French, but they speak French as well as their language. So this is France. Paris is their capital city. You can visit the Eiffel Tower. The people speak French in France. Of course, we know there's a lot of dishes that come from France. French toast be an example, croissants, a lot of different things that we can get from France as well. And so France has this bike race every year. It's called the Tour de France. And so it's a bike race that goes on throughout the whole country of France. And so it's like over a month long, they'll go through this bicycle race, the Tour de France, where they travel throughout the country of France. Okay. And France has a nickname called the City of Lights. Paris, in particular, is called the City of Lights because at night it shines, the lights are up and it shines. Okay. All right, then let's talk about 81 Switzerland. Switzerland is known for the mountains. There are some beautiful mountains in Switzerland. That's what they're most famous for, those mountains. And so one of the most famous mountains in Switzerland is called the Matterhorn. And so the Matterhorn it's a high, tall mountain. And yes. Okay. So the people from Switzerland are called the Swiss people, Swiss people. And so they make a lot of different things in Switzerland. They make watches, they make cheese, They make chocolate in Switzerland as well. And so if you visit Switzerland, you can get you a Swiss watch, you can eat Swiss cheese, and you can also try some Swiss chocolate as well. Yodeling is a popular thing that they also do in Switzerland. They yodel as well. Okay, and they also have this Alpenhorn, which is a horn that they use to play music with. Y'all gonna talk while I'm talking, or y'all gonna let me finish say what I have to say? Because I'm not gonna try to talk at the same time as you. And I just find it odd that someone who doesn't know is trying to tell everybody. But anyway, so they have these Alpenhorns in Switzerland that they use to blow and make music from. Okay. All right, so I can show you guys like the Alpenhorn for example, like what it looks like. And so they use it to like send messages, make music. They use it for different things like that. It's called an Alpenhorn. So you see it, Asa here. This is it, the Alpenhorn. Can you hear Asa or no? Oh yeah. That's the Matterhorn, the mountain.
This thing is long, Miss Lucas. Wait, so
No, not vocabulary, just spelling. All your lists.
all of that?
Mm-hmm.
Said don't finish on sentences.
Okay, that's it. Huh? No, I told y'all. Did I? Excuse me one second. Okay, so yeah, so that's the Alpenhorn in Switzerland. That's what they use to send messages and things. Okay, so those are your two places we visited in Switzerland, and the things that we see, and that's where we're visiting this week in social studies. All right, go ahead and get out your reading. Let's read our story today.
In the picture.
All right. Reading The Blind and the Lame Man, page 42. AC, you want to start us off on 42?
Where is it?
Asa, 42, reading.
The blind man and the lame man. The road with his stick. Soon he came to a ditch in the road. Just then a lame man came. Good friend, said the blind man. Will you help me along on this road? I am afraid to go alone. I help you, exclaimed the lame man. How can I, lame as I am?
Open your book, put it down flat and read. Put it down flat and read.
It is all I can do to get along myself. If I were as strong in the legs as you are, I would ask no favor of anyone. In, indeed, I am strong in the leg, answered the blind man, but I cannot see. Oh, that makes a different story, answered the lame man. If you cannot see, it is rather hard for you to get along. Indeed, it is, answered the blind man sadly.
Okay. All right, let's go to 43. So we have the blind man and the lame man, and they both have an issue, right? So the blind man is walking, and who does he see? Who does he run into? The lame man, right? And so the blind man asks the lame man to help him what?
Get across.
Kind of walk along the road, right? And what does the lame man say? He says, no. What does the lame man say? He says, he said, how can I help you? I'm lame. Like, I can't, you're blind, but I'm lame. So how am I supposed to help you out is what he told him. Okay, 43, 7.
Indeed, I am strong in the legs, answered the blind man, but I cannot see. Oh, that makes a different story. Evan, what are you on?
We're on 43. No, we're not. It's 43.
I think yeah, 43.
Just read what I said. 43.
Indeed, I am strong in the legs, answered behind him, but I cannot see. Oh, that makes a different story. Answered the man, if you have to, it is rather hard for you to get along. Indeed, it is, answered the blind man. I said, goodbye. I did do. Well, she says 43. Well, what's so funny for you? He's throwing it funny for you. I don't know where she stopped next.
Okay. Did we not discuss this already? And you're still trying to tell me the same thing when I told you what to do. Stop listening to what they're telling you. Okay, so the lame man is like, we can't help, we both need help, so what do they decide to do? Well, they realize they both can't help one another, right? So, let's keep reading. Micah?
Perhaps we can help each other, said the lame man. You are strong in the legs, and I am strong in the eyes. If you will carry me, I will see the way for you. I agree, said the blind man. When then away they went, the lame man in the blind man's arms. Then wait, do I stop right here?
Nope. Yeah. An arm. So they decide they were gonna help one another, right? They were gonna help each other because one could see, one could walk. What not better way to just help one another? Elijah, 45.
In this way, they traveled very well and reached the end of their trip much more quickly than either half could done alone. You think it's 4:32.
Okay, so they helped one another. So what did they do? The lame man got carried by the who? And so the lame man would tell the blind man where to walk, and the blind man will walk for the lame man. So you see how they work together with their differences. They came together, and there you have it. Okay? All right, so that is it, guys, for your reading.
And that's it for me.
All right, let's review nouns. So what is a noun?
A noun is the name of a person, place, thing, or
So we are talking about things. So give me some examples of some things. We have living things and non-living things. Let's start with living things. Give me some examples of things that are alive. Asa?
cat.
Say that again.
A cat.
A cat. What you got? A plant. Tiger. Trees. A rhino. Cheetah. Person is not a thing. Animals and plants are things. All right, let's do some examples of non-living things. There's a lot of things. Asa, what you have? Non-living.
Doll.
A doll. Okay. A thing that's not alive.
Oh, easy. A door.
Door.
Me. A board.
Board.
Marker.
Marker. Pencil. Paper. Bed. Table. Good. And there's a lot. So tomorrow's test is pretty easy. Very easy. All right, let's talk about ideas. An idea is a feeling that we feel. We can't see it or touch it, but we feel it in our minds. Give me an example of an idea that we feel.
Mad.
Anger.
Sad.
Sadness.
Happy.
Joy. Happiness. Fear.
Oh.
Anything else? Well, I said that. Peace. Good. Okay, awesome. All right, so tomorrow on your test, that's what you'll have to cover as well. All right, that's it for our Zoom today, AC. You have a good afternoon. I will see you tomorrow for Bible, okay? Bye-bye.